Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So the question of the night: how bad would Nina's fallout be for calling the S.E.C? How bad? Will she lose Sunny? Will she lose Willow? Will she lose Wiley and Amelia? How bad? Also, Drew. How bad will it be? Will she lose all the people that I just said, or will she lose just a fraction of them? That's the question of the night. As always, we sit there and talk about B&B, YNR, GH days. I feel like I'm missing one, even though there's only four. How you doing, Andrea? Thank you for joining. Andrea says really bad. Autumn's in the chat. What's good, Autumn? How you doing, my friend? Freddie, what's good, Freddie? Autumn says, hey, Albert, you saw when Nat fell in the pool and Drew said to call 911. She pretended like she was calling. Autumn, to be fair, I would sit there and say that she did seem like she was about to call. And the only reason why she didn't call is because somebody else beat her to it. So I will give her. But the thing is, how bad will her fallout be? But yeah, she still ain't ish. You're exactly right. Kyrie's is in the chat. What's good? My friend Kyrie says she doesn't really have any of those people in her life truly on her side nowadays anyway. Well, she got Liesel and Maxie and Sasha. Gloria's in the chat. What's good, Gloria? Thank you for joining. Darby, my friend, how are we doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Darby, you are a rock star. I want to sit there and tell you right now. Autumn, you also are a rock star. And Kyrie's, you're another rock star, so thank you for joining as always. Lashanta is in the chat. What's good, Lashanta? Something very magical about tearing open that box. I shouldn't be that happy about wine. I really shouldn't be. CW, salutations, my friend. How are you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Valerie's in the chat. What's good, Valerie? Valerie says, I don't believe N3F. What is N3F? I missed something. Blackmon's in the chat. What's good, Blackmon? Laura B's in the chat. What's good, Laura B? Ooh, okay. Now I got a question for you, Lashanta. Why did Mariah piss you off today? Very, 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 very curious. Very curious. Jennifer's in the chat. What's good, Jennifer? And this chat is speeding up. Valerie says I don't believe Nat. Oh, Valerie says I don't believe Nat's face planted in the pool today. Oh yeah, yeah. I was. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like there was shitty writing. Freddie's in the chat. Was good, Freddie. Blackmon says I'm happy about the wine. Oh, Blackmon, I am so happy about this wine. um, Autumn says yeah, she's gonna lose everything. That's all. That's her. That's all her fault, and she brought it on herself. Comment is coming for Nina because she created a lot of unnecessary problems in her life and other people's lives as well. And I 100% agree with that, my friend. Like seriously. That's right. I gotta sit there and do the Moscato Law B. Law B's in the chat. What's good, Law B? Carrie says I was directly responding to whoever said she's gonna lose Willow. Oh, okay. Lashanta said, Nina, keep digging that hole. Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I am doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. CW said Mariah pissed me off, although was she telling the truth about summer test is far from the same. Okay, yeah, I don't know about how I don't know anything about Tessa. Um Eagle Fang says Nina's going to hit rock bottom once Sunny is gone, but she will have a relationship with the easy forgiving Willow. Easy forgiving. This chick won't forgive her, but somehow she'll sit there and forgive Harmony. So I don't know how easygoing she is. Autumn says, Albert, why was B&B so stupid today? Yo, Liam, Autumn, Liam is I don't how do they write these characters? How do they write these characters? I don't understand that. Lashanta said, did Summer say anything about Jack stealing Nikki's necklace? That's very true. But I'm just saying, what so you sent to tell me when Mariah said wasn't true though? Lashanta? Lashanta said Kyle had lied to Summer since they came home. Hmm. Carrie says, I watched like 10 minutes of Days of Our Lives. It started to give me a headache. That Chanel was annoying. Oh my God, Kyrie. See, this is why I'm always happy that you're in the chat. Because I felt the exact same way. And why the hell is these three guys fighting over that Asian chick, not saying she's ugly, but why? See, guys, we gotta do a collab together. We gotta do a collab together. I said the exact same thing. Lobby says I think Nina's going down. Oh yeah, she's definitely going down hard. Now CW says Tess blackmailed Sharon and company when they thought JT was killed. Oh, okay. Damn. Hmm. Damn. Freddie says Nina old ass done tripped over. Oh, Nez old ass tripped in the pool. I would have shouted. Nina reported Drew and Carly. You would have said that just as you was going down, and that. Yo, did anyone see how much he actually skipped to try to tell Drew? He was like, "Oh, cool, I got something to tell him." He started happy running. Darby said, just saying Albert, Liam is exhausted. Yeah, it's just, you're 100% right. Makai's in the chat. Was good, Makai? Oh, come on, Val. You know that would have been hilarious. That, the sad thing is that Nina thinks that she's home free right now. But what she doesn't realize is that they're pressuring Martin and it's they're giving her up. The Justice Department is pressuring Martin into giving her up. So her ass is grass. Lashanta says Albert Summers been telling Kyle to stay out of drama, but he got mad at her and did it anyway. Get it. Autumn says Willow is not going to forgive Willow because Willow loves Carly and Drew, and they've been there every step of the way. Plus, Drew been away from Scout long enough. Nina ain't thinking about the kids. I agree. I agree, Autumn. Ned is going into that pool. Yo, the way he felt, Freddie says Nina ain't ish. Last day was good. Last day was good. Last day. How you doing tonight, Big Nate? What's going on? How are you doing, my friend? My friend. Oh, so time to. You know, I know when I crack open that bottle, right? And I give a certain look on my face that people can interpret it so many different ways. Like this needs to become a ritual at this point. Harry says, "I hope last day because that would be dope. That would be so dope if last day became a member. Last day, you should become a member. Seriously. The amazing, gorgeous Janet is in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Janet. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you had a great day. That's right. Let's everyone say what's up to Janet. Autumn says, if I was Nina, Autumn says, if I was Ned, I would have shouted that Nina was the one that called the S.E.C. on Carly and Drew. I would have shouted real loud so Drew can get Nina that smoke real quick. I want Nina and Carly to fight. Jen said, hey, Albert, day was not amazing. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. It's good to see you, though. Yeah, last day. Last day. You should become a member. We have a lot of fun, and I really think you would actually um, you would really actually like being in the group. You really would. Being dead ass serious. I seriously do wish that there's a way you can actually. I'm gonna try to look it up because there has to be a way. CW says I didn't see what actually happened. Did Drew touch Ned before going into the pool because Tracy is alleging no. And there's really no proof. He jumped in the pool to sit there and help him out. Jonathan's in the chat. What's good, Jonathan? Oh, hold on. I missed someone. I missed someone. Move your at. There we go. And Tracy Steves is in the chat. What's good, Tracy Steve? What is good? How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. And Jonathan, just want to say what's up to you again. Jenna said not awful. Love YNR. Yeah, YNR was good. Yo, Kyle, Kyle. Oh, Lashanta says, I hope they run the cameras back. Well, you know Tracy. She probably will sit there and find a way to pay to make sure that that just went away. Carrie says, the reason I asked last day, I was to gift a membership. Want to know if you see the. Oh, are you gifted a membership? Oh, shit. Last day, I've been trying to become a member, but I can't figure out. Also, I finally got a job, so hopefully I can get. Also, I finally found a job, so hopefully I can get the job. Well, I hope you get the job too. It's literally oh, okay. Well, oh, Kyrie, you didn't actually get one yet. Okay. Spider Quake's in the chat. What's good, Spider Quake? Thank you for joining. And this is taking forever and ever. Quake's in the chat. What's good, Spider Quake? Okay, I see that. Well, how you doing tonight, Spider Quake? Johnson says it was pretty convincing for Nina when yeah, exactly. It was. It seemed like it was way too convenient to be honest. But I hope you get that job last day. Hope you get that job. And Monique is in the chat. What's good, Monique? Everyone was true thinking I'm trying to. Yeah, that's exactly what he was doing. And it looked as though Tracy was not budging. Like Tracy was just like, yeah, I don't care, whatever. Lashanta says Abby hitting my nerves. Oh, you mean about tomorrow's episode? Nick is too hard headed. Ariana's in the chat. What's good, Ariana? I had a very good day. How was your day, Ariana? Also, I did my little mini dance. I really do love that stuff. I really do love that wine, especially because I went without it yesterday. And Valerie says, I love how Nina was going to call 911, but saw Tracy was going to do it. Yeah, well, I mean, but the thing is, Valerie, she was going to call 911. She was. I give her that much. CW says, I bet when Ned wakes up, you won't remember. Of course, you won't remember anything. Of course not. You know they gotta sit there and stretch it out like there's no tomorrow. Curry says, I love how Tracy set up Drew. Turn about fair play. Don't come for me unless you sent for you. Or unless she sends for you. Drew ain't ready for Tracy. Sly Quick says, I don't understand how Nat fell in a pool 5 seconds and started dying. Someone tell me how that makes sense. Monique says does Dex want to continue working for Sunny just because he likes it or because he may want revenge? Someone in the comment section from your review. I he likes the money. I feel like he likes the money and he feels he doesn't really have a lot of options. That's the truth of the matter. He doesn't have a lot of options. Ariana says, I work from home today while stay with that work. Stay with what works. Oh yeah, no, I love that line. I love that line. Stayed home from work today. I hope you had a good day though, Ariana. I hope you did. LaShanta says, Abby just no Tucker using Ashley. She's using him too. She's the one she's the one wants Jack out of Japan. Carrie says, oh yeah, last thing about Days of Our Lives that was supposed to I don't know who's like what the oh yeah, last day about Days of Our Lives that's supposed to kidnap husband. When I saw him, I thought of my best friend that would refer to him as African booty scratcher. What? Dory says at least Sonny can't blame Nat for getting hurt. Richard's in the chat. What's good, Richard? Yep, Angela, it will be really bad. Johnson says, and what's the deal with false Paulina nurse keeping Abe at home? Yeah, I don't see. That's my whole thing. I don't understand what's her end game. I don't get what's this chick's end game. I really don't. Like that's the part that's so seriously. Okay. Kyrie said you're as dumb. He tried to blackmail the queen of mean. Jess is in the chat. What's good, Jess? Ariana says, I feel like Dex never wanted to leave Sunny's employment. He likes it. It gives him purpose. He understands. And I think he likes Sunny too. Yes. And I 100% agree with all of that. Like, seriously, I do. I, hey, Andrea. I just said hi to you earlier. Um, and you know what, Kyrie? See, that's the thing that just like annoys the living hell out of me. Like, the fact that she's cool. Okay, let me tell you something. And this was for the people that watch days. What really pissed me off about Wendy was that she was upset that Johnny was spending time with Chanel. But you have no problems that they're spending. You have no problems that they're going ping pong between two dudes. Like, are you kidding me? Like that's what just annoyed me. And I think this is the reason why I couldn't even be bothered to sit there and do a review on Days of Our Lives because it just pissed me off. Like literally, it pissed me off. CW says I was surprised that Diane actually stood out for Summer after. Oh, you must be talking about tomorrow's episode. Okay. Just can somebody explain to me Michael and Carly plan? You know what? I don't think you're the only person that's lost. I don't get it. It seems like she wants he wants Dex to be the next Jason. And she's like, Michael, I need you to sit there and pay Dex to work for Sonny. I'm like, so now my dude is actually getting two paychecks. That's that's what I get from it. Literally, it's not they're getting two paychecks. Oh, I need you to sit there and watch over Sonny and make sure Sonny's okay and protect Sonny. I'm just like, what? What? Andrea says, and yes, I hope Nina loses her relationship with Sonny when he finds out the truth about what he did. Oh, that's definitely gonna happen. That's definitely gonna happen, Andrea. He's already getting paid to work for. That's like what I was going to say. That's, just trust me. When she said that's what she wanted to hire Dex to do, I was like, wait, why? I don't get it. Oh my god. Autumn, my goddamn rock star. Autumn, thank you so much. Autumn says, you know what's funny, Albert? You're gonna lose. You know what's funny, Albert? You got Josh Bishop to Dex. She doesn't want him and the mob. And I'm thinking that's what you get for cheating on Cam. If she was with Cam, she wouldn't have to worry. That's 100% true. You're 100% right, and that's the part that's just so like, Josh is exhausting. Autumn says, I think Carly is trying to keep everyone safe. Hey, I admire her loyalty. I do too, but I guess it's just kind of weird though. I mean, unless she thought that Dex was going to quit working for Sonny, then I would just be like, all right, like even if even if that was the case, why don't Michael just tell him to work for Sonny? Why is he Smith there still paying him for it? I don't understand that. Like Curry says, Dex is not the brightest. I wouldn't trust him though until he dumps the trash. What man in his right mind would want to hear her voice every day? She's like, oh, damn. Kyrie's never pulls any punches. I'll tell you that much. That's right, Andrea. I finally got my wine. I finally got my wine, and I cannot be more happier. Ariana says I might have to break from GH and just watch wine off for a bit. B&B is too corny for me. Oh yeah, no. Why not? Actually doing pretty good. CW says Cameron set Nick out for assaulting her. Yeah, he didn't fall for it though. He punched a wall instead. Yeah, Anna Pop in the chat was good. Ann Pop. I feel like I want to call you Anna Pop, even though it's Ann Pop. Gemini's in the chat was good. Gemini. Gemini says, "Wow, Nina, wow, you have guts." Lashanta says, here is the plan. Sonny needs somebody watching his back. He's making mistakes because Jason's gone. She doesn't want Donna and Avery to lose him and the family at risk. Yeah, I guess I can kind of get that. Like maybe she thinks that Dex is just gonna leave now that you know. I'm still just like I don't think that Michael should have to sit there and keep paying him though. Like my dude's literally getting paychecks from two different sources. Like, come on. Gemini says Albert has yes, I do. Yes, I do. Gotta have my Moscato. Autumn says no B&B is annoying and repetitive. They come out with the same ish. It's like come out with something new story. Autumn, it seems like they haven't come out with any new stories in years. Spike Quick says, look, this ain't Nina's fault. That happened in that. No, that's true. Lashanta's in the chat. What's good, Lashanta? No, Latasha. Sorry, Latasha's in the chat. Latasha said, I'm just saying it's now. Ned is not going to remember anything for the next 6 months. Yeah, but the thing is, you still have to what you call it, the Justice Department. They're still leaning on Marty. Um, they give up. They give up Nina. This is taking forever. Hey, where are we? Where are we with the leg situation? And again, Autumn, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for the super chat. I cannot say that enough. All right, so we got 17 likes. We got 43 people in the chat. If you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does help. Johnson says, like I said before, B&B could introduce a new. They could. Well, I mean, anyone, well, they can introduce other people downtown because it is getting to a point where it's just like it's getting very repetitive. CW says Albert, but Cameron did. But Cameron did. Remember that call he made? Let's just say whoever he called helped it look pretty convincing. You'll see it tomorrow. Okay. And no, Spike Quick, it wasn't Nina's fault for that. My dude was running like there was no tomorrow. Um, and that towel should have been picked up. So I'll give Nina a bit of reprieve on that. Last day says Dex is not no Morgan, no Jason Morgan. Dex is not even good to be Drew version of Jason Morgan. Dex had a job but stopped with Josh because it's not because it is not love. Hmm? Um, Ariana says agree that they were setting Dex up to be Jason 2.0. Never bought it. I thought Nina pushed the chair to make. That would have that would have made sense, and I would have actually been okay with that in this weird sort of way. Gemini says when Olivia watched the cameras, she was. Yeah, well, that's the thing, Gemini. Unless Olivia does something to unless Olivia does something as far as scrubbing the cameras. If Olivia does something to call scrub the cameras, then it's not going to really matter because that's the first thing I saw. That's the first thing I thought too. I was like, yo, listen, there got to be cameras there. You can't just sit there and say somebody did something and that's it. Plus, you have the paramedics there that was watching him sit there and try to put CPR on him. Oh, and now I almost forgot to turn off this window. Darby says unpopular opinion, it does Carly realize that she's asked Michael to join the mob for his sister's sake. What about Willow and the kids? In the beginning, it seemed like she was Kyrie. She did actually bring out her phone like she was going to do it. She just decided not to because somebody um beat her to the punch. But yes, if you're enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does help. We get people in. We get new people in all the time. Oh wow. Ariana says someone else can get a clue about Nina. Maybe one of the little boys will tell Nina. Kind of reminds me of Douglas that they're telling people about Brooke and Deacon's kiss. Hmm. Man, I got like a really bitter part of that. Last day says I was saying Dex has a job, but let Josh get in the way of his job. Now he's in too deep to get out. Dex and Josh has nothing in common at all. How do you love someone when you don't know them at all? There's a lot of people that say that, and I'm gonna respectfully disagree with that because they actually have had conversations before. So, Gemini says, "I know Nina didn't push Ned, but I clap because I know she was. Yeah, she was. She was hella relieved about that." Carrie says she was listening and making sure he wasn't breathing before she called Nina. before she called Nina going to hell with gas with gasoline draws. Damn. Harry says those Facebook Logan fans were really attacking Douglas for ratting out. Are you serious, Carries? Are you serious? Gasoline draws. That's a new one. I'll make sure I credit you when I use that line, Carries. I think it's only fair. Freddie says Nina's mother, Madeline, really messed up her daughter. I mean, yeah, but at some point, you got to kind of start like owning some of that stuff and taking responsibility for that. That's something that I've noticed that a lot of, Nina fans to sit there and use. Not all Nina fans, but some. Um, Gemini says it's the sex. Dex puts it on it better than Cameron. But in all fairness, and this okay, this just really. Johnson says if Ned loses memory and Sonny and Nina walk down the aisle, Ned will probably remember and show up at the wedding to expose Nina. I feel like that's when it would have happened now too. Monique says Josh won't accept Sonny world, but will accept someone working. Ain't that something else, Monique? Damn hypocrite. Ron is in the chat. What's good, Ron? Harry says, yeah, they were talking about Douglas is annoying, needs to stay in a child's place. Yep, when he exposed Thomas again, those Logan fans were clapping hypocrites at his finest. Damn. How you doing tonight, Ron? Ariana says I would love the wedding reveal. Yeah, because they didn't do that with Portia and Curtis. They did not do that with Portia and Curtis, which was really disappointing. And people was like, "Oh, it would have been too obvious." They didn't do it because it would have been too obvious. I was like, "No, that was just BS. That was just BS. That's all that was." And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this much. Dex and Joss, they do talk. I know people sit there and say they don't have much in common, but that doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like having stuff. Here's the thing: you can have everything in the world in common and still not be in a good relationship. So having stuff in common is great. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like they're total opposites. They're not total opposites. I love when people sit there and say that, like, oh, and all it really is because they talk, they have a good time, and they have love in the afternoon. And it's just hilarious that people just like Freddie says, but Nina has caused a lot of this stuff to herself. Oh, okay, cool. But I want to make sure we're on the same page. Just want to make sure we're on the same page, Freddie. And Pop says, so now we are going to have two people in John Hospital with amnesia. That was that was accused of a crimes that they didn't commit, like Cody and Drew. Tracy in Brooklyn attempted insider trading was no. Autumn said, hey, I have a question for you. How long do you think Nina's storyline is going to drag out? July, maybe? I'll probably sit there and say August. I would say August. I would say around my birthday. Autumn. I would literally sit there and say around my birthday. I'm being dead ass serious. Last day said I was too fair with my I was too fair with myself with the stress of my move. I did miss most of GH and May, so I should go back and see Dex and Josh scenes together. I was going off of what I saw from Nate. That's fine. Listen, I get it, But that's not just, and I'm not even going to sit there and say you're wrong. It's just, I agree to disagree. Kerry says, I wouldn't be surprised if Liam ended up buying a Thomas mannequin at some point. Yeah, I mean, that dude does allow, um, how was it I said this saying? He does allow Thomas to live in his hat rent free, which is ridiculous. And hold on, Ariana says, right when they said anyone show cause for those two not to be married. Yes. I was hoping that they were gonna do a reveal like that back then. Johnson says, do you think Rafe will find Abe? Nope. Nope. Because you know what, Jonathan, they always do that. They always do that. They tease you like there's no tomorrow. And then when it really comes down to it, um uh, okay. Make sure you change your settings to accept Darby latest gift. Oh, Darby actually did a Darby it's not saying on here. Darby actually did a Darby gifted the members. I mean Darby did a gifted members. Yes, hit that like button. It actually really does help. I have no idea where we are on the likes yet, but hit the like button though. Thank you, Darby. Thank you. All right, we're at 24. So we got 41 people in the chat. Hit the like button. Does help. I hate saying it so much because I feel like it just becomes very annoying, you know? So I try not to sit there and say it too much, but if you can hit the like button, hit it because it does help. And exactly. Yes, Autumn. Beat that beat that like button's ass. Lobby says Darby did gift one. I didn't see it. Yeah, it doesn't even actually say it on mine. But yeah, no. You gotta. Blackman says that is okay. We all say hit the like button. Well, thank you, Blackman, thank you. Latasha said Liam can hold Hope's hand as Spencer. Bill don't like Hope. He put up with her. Latasha said Liam can hold Hope's hand as Spencer. Bill don't like Hope. He puts up with her. Really? I can't find where Carrie said. Okay. Monique says Nick thinks with his fists and not his brains, and that's how Cameron got the best of him. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm assuming this might be about tomorrow's episode. This is definitely about tomorrow's. Blackman says you need my baseball bat, but you keep looking at the right. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you, though. It says Liam and Nia. I mean, Liam and Nina would make such an annoying yet interesting couple, but Liam is way more obsessed with Thomas than Nina is with Carly. But Nina It's even more dang bad delusional. Well, here, I was just gonna say this much, Tyrese. I feel like with Liam, with Thomas, Liam does actually have a. They've been going at it longer, so I can totally see why he has more of a problem with Thomas. You know, everyone says Bill would rather Liam. Bill would rather Liam be with Steffi. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Freddie says Ava got her own situation right now. She ain't worried about Nina. Yeah, she's not. Don't really understand why they didn't bother to bring in Sonny. Now that Mason Smith is talking about Sonny, and she still doesn't bring in Sonny. Harry says it's a past problem with Thomas. He has an obsession with Thomas. No, no. But what I'm saying is like I can understand why. Um, because they have more history. Like Thomas and Liam have more history than Steffi and I mean than Nina and Carly. Steffi says Bold is exhausted and Brooke is obsessed with Ridge. With Taylor is the third wheel, and now both Liam and Hope is obsessed with Thomas. Yeah, I can see that. Anne said, Albert, why would Ned come skipping across a wet pool area? Slipped on a towel, then rolled into the pool like he was 5 instead of 55. Another Jay's delay. Wants S.E.C. truth to come out during the wedding. Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? You know what, Valerie? Anne actually has a point. Anne P has a point. Anne P has a point. Like dead ass. Black Must says if something happens between Thomas and Hope, I wonder if they will put Liam and Brooke together. You know, I can see that. That would be kind of weird though. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. I'm cool with the age difference because, like I said, I've dated older women before, so it would be kind of weird though. It would be kind of weird. Not gonna lie, be kind of weird. Rashanta said, Brooke told Hope she's better than Stephanie, and everyone knows Bit. Just said how the f how the f Ned slept over a damn towel. Plot. That's how Jesse just plot. Lobby says, but there's us a point. There is a point. Is that is or us? Bradley says Ned had a tiny scratch, but damn. Black Mon says B&B is way too repetitive. It feels like they've been on one story going on for 4 years now. Yes, and I agree with that. Johnson says they better not do that. I feel like they would. I feel like they would. Um, as weird as that sound, you gotta remember Brooke did actually sleep with Hope's boyfriend at one point. Darby said Ned skipping like he was Edward across the pool. The way he actually skipped out of there, he was like, "Oh, cool, I got something to tell Drew," and he just skipped on over there. It was hilarious. Lashanta said we thought Esme was going to remember too. Can still remember though. Kyrie says Brooke is starting to hyperventilate because she hasn't. Autumn says Brooke needs to shut up with her hypocrites. She got the nick. She got the nickname Sluff in the Valley for a reason. At least Stephanie owns who she is. Brooke slept with her daughter's husband. Yes, I was just gonna sit there and say that too. Actually, telling you, I did say that. Lorby says, didn't Brooke? Yes, she did. Um, Valerie says Esme will get her memories back before Ned. Does make sense. She did lose her memories before Ned, so. And Lashanta said Nina tried to play dumb. Yeah, she tried to play dumb. Which was hilarious because in all reality, she is a dingbat. So Joshua Cook is in the chat. How you doing tonight, Joshua? Now Ron said the actress playing Brooke bold tweets something saying the actors and think positive things. Maybe fans were harassing her and others. What? I gotta follow her. I gotta follow her on Twitter. I follow her on Instagram. Darby says, do you do you want to see a mess up? Thought Albert, think about Thomas and old ass Brooke. uh Now Kerry says, on an unrelated note, Azealia Bank is complete trash. She's lower than low. And you know what, Kyrie's? I 100% agree with that. No, I'll take that back. Kyrie's, I 150% agree with you on that. And it's funny too, because I haven't thought about her in such a long time. So when you said Azealia Banks, I was like, I don't know how many people actually in the chat knows who Azealia Banks is, but yeah, she is the definition of trash. I'm glad you're doing good, Joshua. How is life going? How is the channel? How is your world? And this is taking forever. CW says Brooke. Um, CW says Brooke can't talk about anybody else because she slept through an entire family of men, then slept with both of her daughter's men and her sister's husband. Yeah, and CW, I made this comment yesterday. I was like, yo, how could Rich actually be with somebody who slept with how could you be with somebody who how could you be with somebody who your dad slept with? And Lord B says, who is Azealia Banks? And Jess says she is trash. What does she even do? Is she a singer? I think she's like a singer or something. I'm not even too sure. But she is trash though. I was sitting there and saying she is trash. Kind of funny though that you brought that up. What made you bring that up, Kyrie? I'm very curious about that. I mean, I'm glad we're on the same page about that. But Autumn says, why would she tweet that about DC Young Fly children's mother? She is trash. Oh, Autumn, she's a rapper apparently. Okay, I knew she was something. I knew she did something in like the music entertainment business. I know she did something. Joshua's my channel is going good. I'm going to do my review on Saturday. I normally do it on Fridays, but because the NBA finals are going on, I moved it to Saturday. Okay, well, I look forward to watching it. Are you going to do a live stream or are you just going to do a video? Curry says the only reason I even know her is because of DC Young Flash. She's a bitter, hideous person, failed rapper singer that couldn't take a effing joke. Curry, you remember she was at a party? She was at Russell. She was at Russell Crowe's party. I don't know if you remember Russell Crowe's party that she was at, but she was wilding out there now. CW says Ridge is supposedly her destiny. Yes, she has 5 kids who have. How do you even say that? So that's a damn good point. How do you even say that? How do you sit there and say, "Oh, she's my destiny"? Dude, she slept with your dad. That's all. Just think about that. She slept with your dad. Ron said, "This is why I don't want this whole who the baby dad storyline is." Oh, okay, all right. I love how I just I'm doing my okay. Live stream on Saturday. Okay, what time Saturday? What time are you doing live stream on Saturday? Joshua. Toby says I thought she was a film singer, but now she's just an influencer now. Oh, she's an influencer. That somehow is even worse. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, it's even worse. Just says I haven't heard one of her songs. I haven't heard one of her songs either. That's yeah, I haven't heard one of her songs. Kara says she pissed me off when I read what she said. DC's baby mama who just passed away. I had to vent. I'm glad we were on the same page. That she's a horrible cop. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't even know that she. Oh Jesus, that's terrible. So she passed away, and she actually had the audacity to sit there. But you know what, Kyrie's. I'll say this much. Oh, I'm actually done. Thank you for asking, Jonathan. I'm actually done. So once I finish catching up to Superman and Lois, because I have like 3 episodes to catch up to, I'm actually done. I'm actually done. I don't know, man. The idea into the story, it's like, what? Don't get me wrong, I still love the show, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about them putting the DID storyline into it. It's like, oh, it was only in this season. Like, okay, so how do we know it wasn't? Uh, Darby says, name all 5 of Brooks' kids, and you can't say Hope or RJ. You heard him. You heard him, chat. Name 5 of her kids, and you can't say Hope or RJ. She has more than 5 kids. No, no, I mean that. She actually has more than 5 kids, though. But you know, that's the thing, Kyrie's. She's known as a bad girl, right? And the only way she can sit there and continue to get clout and fame and stuff like that is by being the worst version of herself. I'm putting out a video, and in my video, I do sit there and say, you know, sometimes I feel like to get really successful, you have to be the worst version of yourself. You have to literally sit there and sell your soul to get all that money and claim the success. And I don't ever want to do that. Just on a side note, and this is taking forever, ever. Lashanta said this is why I lost her respect for Rich when you pick slums over your kids. Ariana says Brooke is too slutty and dingy. She has slept with a family of men and saying she's and says really stupid stuff. Yeah, I don't understand. Like I don't get that. And why is this taking for? Um, yeah, right. I remember you saying that yesterday. I remember you saying that yesterday. CW says Bill only got away because Brooke miscarried his child when they were having an affair behind Katie's back. I don't even know how Katie can still talk to her. Wait, Ridge was with Katie? Damn. Was Rich with okay? Was Rich with Donna also? Let me know in the chat if Rich was also with Donna. Um, Perry says she's bragging about DC's baby mom passing away on her 32nd birthday as DC karma for telling a joke about her on a comedy show 5 years ago. DC's baby mama just passed away a week ago. That's terrible. That's terrible. I'll sit there. That's see. That's one of those things where it's like you have to be the worst. This is what I always sit there and say: when you have to be the worst version of yourself to get clout and fame and fans and stuff like that, you gotta sit there and ask yourself: is it worth it? Is it worth it to sit there and literally sell your soul? Um, Freddie says if it Freddie says if it will be a wedding, then wedding gonna be empty. Or I could see who would show up at Sunny and Nina's wedding is Liesel, Maxie, and Sasha. Because anybody else don't get. Oh, and Dante don't give a damn about Sunny and Nina. Dante will show up. Sam will show up to support Dante, and maybe Christina. Right? Maybe Christina will sit there and show up. Maybe. Lashanta says, I like Quinn. Told Brooke we both came from nothing. She said you slept your way through the forced men. Yeah, I want to know. Anna Pop says Albert. Albert, what? Did I miss something? If I did, my bad, Anna Pop. I just see Albert. Albert, what, Anna Pop? I mean, Anna Pop. I keep calling you Anna Pop. I feel like I want to call you Anna Pop, but it is Ann, so I'm gonna call you Ann. But I'm very curious though. I'm very curious if Rich slept with Donna. Because I'm like, yo, listen, if Rich slept with Donna, that means that he technically slept through a lot of the family members of the Logans. I mean, he was with Kate, he was with Brooke. Yeah, exactly. For that's how I was gonna sit there. So it's like probably CW says allegedly with his father family because Brooke chose Rich over him. Harry says Brooke kids are Bridget, Rick, Hope, RJ, and Jack. Damn, a lot of kids. Harry says didn't Rich sleep with Bridget at one point? What? Debbie says Phyllis would show up to the wedding. Phyllis would show up to the wedding. Phyllis would show up to the. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Darby. Yes. Because it said Phyllis, and I was like, wait, hold on. Laura B says I feel bad. I didn't think of Dante and Sam too. I know. I was like, I know it's going to be, but I want to know from the chat though. Did Rich actually ever sleep with Donna? Lashanta said when Taylor was with Nick, she broke them up. Johnson says, can Sunny family really trust Dex? Rocco Heller. Roscoe. Are you? I like that. I like that, Jonathan. Gemini says, "Where's Jack?" What's Jack? You talking about, Gemini? Ariana says, if they make that reveal at the wedding, they need to be enough people there to spread the word. Hmm. Got a point, Ariana. So it may not actually happen at the wedding. Robbie says, Reg is the white Curtis asked. I do. You know, it's funny too, Darby. I do remember you actually saying something along those lines with Curtis. And says, don't forget about Willow and Michael. Will be at the wedding. Nina. Oh God. Nurse Nosy will convince her. You're right. You're right. You're right, and Pop. Just says Dante and Sam are boring. I just don't see the point. You know, a lot of times Spikequake said Jess, Sam and Dante are more interested in Dex. No, they're not. Spikequake, I'm gonna have to respectfully agree to disagree with you on that one. Um, CW says no, he didn't sleep with Donna. Thank goodness. He was liking Bridget at one point, which was disgusting because he thought Bridget was his daughter. What? Oh hell no! Johnson says Sam was more interesting with Jason. Yeah, and I agree. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. Because Sam was that ride or die chick, you know. Bobby says, I know this sounds racist, but can we all call Black Phyllis on GH? Uh, I mean, I think it'd probably be more better if we just sit there and say GH Phyllis. I mean, granted, I don't think it's racist. I just think it's just kind of, you know, it just doesn't feel right. So it's not, you know, Darby. It's not racist. It just doesn't feel right. Curry says, "Oh yeah." On a side note, Albert, you saw I didn't back down at all yesterday on my smoke with Trina. Yes, you did. You did not, Curry's, and Curry's. I was loving every minute of it. I really was. Curry's, trust me. You saw my expressions on my face, so you know. Um, my guy, Curry's. Autumn says, of course, Sam was more interesting with Jason. Gemini says when Sam almost lost her son, she had to give Jason a break. Yeah, but I feel like at that point that was more of the fact that um, they just want them to break up. Maybe because of personal reasons behind the scenes. Freddie says, yeah, really, if Michael shows up he's gonna. This is taking forever. Now Johnson says Bridget is Rich half sister, though not biologically related. Okay. Queen Nikisha's in the chat. What's good, Nikisha? And Trina's and Nikisha, what's that about Trina? That's right. Let's say what's up to the Queen. But the thing. Well, I'm not even. There's things I was gonna sit there and say, but I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna sit there and say anything about that. Ariana says the expression. No, but Kyrie's is going in. Kyrie's is going in on Trina, despite that person being in the chat. And again, I was loving it. I was loving it. But when Nikisha is very level headed, so um, Nikisha's not going to sit there and take it personal. Lashanta said when they're going to find a. Here's the thing. I'll sit there and say this, Lashanta. They're not going to take as long. It's not GH, so they're not going to take as long. That's the good thing. Gemini says, remember, Eric is not Ridge, real dad. Yeah. Yeah, isn't he, Gemini, isn't, Ridge a Maroney or something like that? Maroney or something? Crystal, Walters in the chat. What's good, Crystal Walters? Says, not fair to compare Sam and Dante to Sam and Jason. Jason was one of the top three characters on the show. He had much more storyline back then than Dante does now. Yeah, but see, that's the problem. Well, yes and no to some extent. You do have a point, but here's the thing: they could write stories. See, that's the thing; they could write stories for Dante and Sam if they want to. They could. They choose not to for whatever reason, but they could. Derby says, "When was the last time Sam spent time with Danny on the show? It's been a while." Oh yeah, all that stuff happens off camera. Freddie says it wouldn't even make sense for Michael to show up at Nina and Sonny's wedding. He would put on another ugly ass face like he did at his own wedding. Yeah. But he's probably gonna show up though too. And this is taking for uh Spy Quick says when's the last time any parents You got a point, Spider Quake, you have a point. Um Autumn says Danny is Sam's son with Jason. Um yeah, that's what I was gonna sit there and say because I remember Kyrie was sitting there saying that he wasn't really a Forester. Well, not by blood anyway. Nikisha, I skipped Chase in Brooklyn. I have lost interest in them. I'm assuming. Autumn says right. Ridge is a Maroni. A Maroni. Yeah, I figured that. Johnson says Ness Maroney is Ridge's biological father. He was played by Joseph, the same actor who plays Stefano. Oh, okay, okay, interesting. Wow, so was he doing double duty, or maybe he was on there first, or on there afterwards? I'm assuming because I always learn new things. Like Wally Kirk can sit there and do both because he's not on contract. I didn't know that. Oh no, just I mean, oh no, Nikisha, I knew exactly what you meant. I mean, in all reality, Nikisha, it wasn't like it was even a great. Um. Oh, that's something I got to sit there and ask. This is just taking forever. Swear to, this is so annoying. I'm not ignoring anyone's comment. I promise. It's like it just took so long. Ariana says, "I love Stefano. He was so twisted." Ariana, do you still watch Days of Our Lives, or do you just watch or just GH? So yes, that's the question I got to Dan has. Did anyone actually care about the Anna stuff today? I'm genuinely curious if anyone actually cared about the Anna stuff today. He said, "Oh, so I don't really understand why Carly wants to hire Dex to do." Yeah, we were asking that same question. Is that just exactly? Just we were all asking the same question. Lashanta said, "I think EJ is going to see Megan crazy." And Andrea, I have no idea what that says. That's not even a word. Valerie says no. Okay. Gemini said Anna will be fine. Autumn says what I don't care about was how Brooklyn was trying to brag to Olivia about Chase's car. Yeah, I didn't get that. I really didn't. It was like who here's the thing. It was literally just um filler at that point. Quite quick says I care about the Anna stuff. Okay, well at least that's one person. That's good. Yeah, I want to know if anyone actually cared about the Anna stuff. Nikisha actually enjoyed the Anna scenes. I like the idea of the ish. I watched her So decades ago, catching up with her. Okay. Yeah, I'm very curious about that. Very curious if people actually cared about the Anna stuff. I personally didn't, but I felt like she did what she did, and it is what it is. And all her whining, all her sobbing, and everything like that, it just really meant nothing to me. Um, like, boo, own it and woman up. Just says I didn't really care, but I don't care about Anna on a regular day. Ariana says don't care about Anna and agree with you that she did all the stuff. So boo. Exactly. I'm like I don't care. Jonathan said Joseph started on Days, then he left. Then he had a brief stint on GH, played a character named Domino. He returned to Days after, then he left again and was on B&B for a few years, then returned to Days. Damn, that dude was just doing it all. I like that. I like that. And thank you for letting me know about that. Thank you, Jonathan. Well, B says I care about any stuff also. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad some people did. And again, it's not like if you did, that's cool. Y'all just more sympathetic than I am. So I find that to be pretty awesome. Darby says not really, Albert. Anna without Victor on the planet to annoy anyone. Not interesting. Okay. All right. Crystal says I thought everybody knew that Anna was a double agent. She was always talking about the WSB and DBX. Anyway, she did what she did. So what? Exactly. I'm like, MP said maybe Anna can blame all her double stuff on her dead sister that used to claim her identity for years. CW says, I care as someone who watched Anna since the 80s. Victor was effed up for that. I love the okay. Gemini says Anna has too much dirt on so many people from the WSB that she will be fine once she starts talking. Justice says at one point Joseph was rumored to play a recast Mikos. It seemed like he did everything except for Y and R. Unless he did Y and R. Did he do Y and R, Jonathan? Nikki said, I was hoping they would show a montage of Adam's past. So often they do pointless flashbacks. Exactly like that Dex flashback. Like that Dex flashback with Joss. But yeah, no, Jonathan was he ever on Y and R though? Seemed like he did every other he seemed like he did all the other three soaps except for that one. LaShanta said that WSB knew, but Victor made it public. That's always like all those crying and tears and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, you did what you did. Like, just that's why I'm glad that Carly is not crying and being all super upset. Because I'm like, you did what you did, and she's owning it. See, that's the thing. That's the difference between Carly and Nina. Carly will own her stuff for the most part. Nina, on the other hand, will sit there and play victim. It's everyone else's fault. It's the same stupidness that. Ugh. Lashanta said the WSB knew. Oh, okay. Tracy says, I think the fallout with Nina will be bad. Oh, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. I wonder, should I actually have another cake for that? Should I actually do another cake thing for that? Darby says maybe all her double Agent Kraft finally caught up to her, but it kind of explains why Anna can afford a mansion. Yeah, very true. Very true. Spike Quick says I'm still waiting for the day Dex does something interesting. Okay, well, I mean, I don't have to tell you. Nikisha Albert, what was the first Anna storyline you remember from? Hmm. First actual good storyline? Damn. Well, I do remember a storyline, but it wasn't good though. She was going. Okay, I do remember a storyline, and it wasn't good. She was going at Patrick when they thought Robin was dead, and I think this is when they fake Robin's death, and she was out of Patrick. She was out of pocket with Patrick. I gotta think about that though. Yeah, she owns her stuff. She does. It's gonna take me a minute to actually remember a good storyline with her. I mean, she's had some good storylines. Don't get me wrong. Um, Spikeray says Carly does own up to her mistakes except for the Willow secret because Carly did not hold herself accountable at all. Well, didn't she actually tell about that though? Johnson says, how about a wedding for Nina exposure would be fitting? You know, it's funny, Jonathan, because people are saying they may not actually have a big enough guest list for that. If they actually have a good guest list, then maybe. You also think there's a lot of people that don't like Nina. Just said Kelly Monaco used to be amazing. I don't know what happened with her character. Um, they put her with well, that's a damn good question. They just stopped caring, and eventually they put her with Dante, and that was pretty much about it. Darby says, Albert, did you mean what you said earlier in your view when Anna should be held accountable for her younger crimes and doesn't have her action and doesn't her actions kind of resemble Asmar? No, I don't. No, I didn't say that. No, I didn't. I didn't actually say. I didn't say that. I didn't say that she should be heldable. She should be held. Should I didn't sit there and say she should be held for her actions. I'm saying like it is what it is. So it's like she's upset that the stuff that she did back then came to light. And I'm just like, it is what it is. Like, just suck it up and deal with it, you know? But yeah, no, I didn't sit there and say that because I realized there's a lot of people that um actions aren't, that they're not always accountable for their actions. So I didn't. No, I did not say that. If I did, I might have been well. I can't even sit there and say I was drunk because I didn't actually even drink today. Freddie says, I wouldn't be surprised if Carly gets the hotel back when she learns Nina truth, turned her into the S.E.C. Olivia would be jumping for joy. But how would she still get back to hotel though? That's the question. How would she still get back to hotel? Johnson says, I meant to say you should have a wedding. Oh, a wedding cake. Oh, okay. I'm already sitting there thinking. Yeah, it's funny, Jonathan. I'm already sitting there thinking about the cake I want to actually have, which is chocolate mousse cake. Lashanta said Carlos killed Duke and shot him 4 times, and he fell into the water. She was distressed. Nikisha, how does Antichrist mirror Esme? I didn't see that. Yeah, I don't know who said that. Yeah, Kyrie. So I was like, I don't know about a wedding cake. I don't know about that, but a cake would be good though. Just say, yeah, definitely I see Carly getting back everything, including Sunny. I don't see how she's gonna get back that what you call it, that hotel. Uh, Darby says I like Nina, but I don't like about her is her stupid mistakes. Yeah, she's very rash, and maybe Cat Lady's in the chat. What's good, Cat Lady? How are you doing tonight? Lashanta says, and let that WSB know, but now they want to throw Anna under the bus. Nikki said the writers took their time building their relationship. Nobody expected Sam to forgive Alexis right away, but they are rushing it with Nina and Willow. Hmm. You know what? Yeah, you got Nurse Nosy that was just like no tomorrow. It's like, oh, I mean, granted, she did actually. She here's the thing. She actually did come up with some facts. I would say that much. She did actually come up with some facts. Ariana says, I'm just sitting here thinking about all the times Sonny had made it clear that he doesn't appreciate anyone coming for his mother of his kids, and it doesn't sink into Nina's brain. Well, Ariana, that would mean that Nina actually has much of a brain to begin with. And clearly, over time, we have seen that she is pretty much the Patrick. She is the SpongeBob's Patrick of General Hospital. Gemini says Anna crying for to save her daughter when Victor's family kidnapped her more than once. Oh no, Gemini. Here's the thing. She did sit there and say there were circumstances behind it. So it's not even so much like I think that she committed some terrible acts and stuff like that. It's just more like, it. I didn't need all the whining and crying today because I'm like, bro, you did what you did. It is what it is. Just deal with it. Like you said, was that nurse real? Someone said Willow was dreaming. That nurse, I couldn't tell. I was multitasking while watching that day. It was an out of pocket scene. I would say that much. I would say that much. But it did bring some stuff to light because I'm like, listen, as much as I don't like Nina, um, what you call is worse. What you call was worse. Harmony was worse. Harmony was way worse than Harmony was way worse than Nina. I feel like at this point it's like the more I'm trying to highlight stuff, the more it just goes slow. Ariana says, Albert, effing sake, I just spit my seriously. If I miss some people's chats, some people's comments in the chats, it's not because I'm ignoring you or anything like that. It's because highlighting is just taking like forever. Johnson says, after Sunny kicks Nina to the curb, do you think she will find love again? Um, Maybe if they bring in a new character. If they bring in a new character, then maybe. Um, yeah, no, my bad, Jonathan. I've been trying to keep up with everyone's comments, and this is just taking for fucking ever. Oh no, actually, I just read it. Yeah, no, I actually just read it. That's what I said. If they bring in a new character, if they bring in a new character, then maybe. Johnson says maybe if Steven Weber returns. Yeah, I mean, if they get him out of jail, I can see that. Crystal says Sonny didn't talk to Nina about his mom and family most of the time. He knew her. He couldn't remember them. Calais says that was Anna's way of dealing. She had finally talked about how it makes her feel. Oh, I get it, cat lady. I do. I just. Hmm. Jakaris is in the chat. What's good, Jakaris? How have you been doing? I've been good. How have you been doing, Jakaris? What's going on in your world? You still doing Twitter space? Tamara's in the chat. What's good, Tamara? Have a good night. What? Have a good night, Tamara. Thank you for joining. Um, Ariana says she will chase Sunny and beg. Yeah, because I don't see her. I don't see her being with anyone at this point, and she doesn't have a lot of options. That's my whole thing. We don't. She doesn't have a lot of options, and why is this taking forever? Harry says, "Do you think fans will ever forgive? Would ever give Nina another chance with the actress in the role, or would a recast?" We all know Cindy would kill a breakdown scene. Well, why would fans have to give her another chance? And why is this taking so long? Jesus Christ. Okay, all right. Yeah, I was wondering, Jakarta, because I know you've been doing more Twitter space than you have been doing YouTube. Do you like Twitter space better, Jakaris? Yes, hit that like button. Beat that like button's ass. I have no idea where we are with the likes, but it really does help. And this is take. I'm sorry. I'm kind of impatient. Like everything is taking longer than it should. Okay, so we got 33. We got 39 people in the chat. We got 33 likes. So if you are enjoying the stream and you can hit the like button, hit the like button. It really does help. Thank you, Darby, my friend. Jakarta says, I do enjoy it, Albert. Okay. No, listen, you gotta do what you want. Yeah. You gotta do what you enjoy doing. So Andrea says I agree 1,000%. No, you gotta do what you enjoy doing. So I'm glad you are doing, what you enjoy doing. So Ariana says Ava can ask how that's working for her. And Freddie says Nina Reeves is the original Nell Benson. Jakara's what I was gonna sit there and say was, technically, if you want to do Twitter more, if you buy a blue check mark, you can actually make money off of your Twitter channel. So if you want to do that, you can actually make money off your. This is taking forever. Oh no, yeah, no. Please highlight somebody else's comment that I didn't actually point to. Jakara says Twitter space gets me in my comfort zone. No, listen, you gotta do what works for you. What I was gonna sit there and say was, if you get a blue check mark, you can actually make money off of your channel, off of your Twitter channel. So just something to think about. Because it's funny. I thought about you last past couple of days, and I was like, because I know you like doing Twitter more. I'm like, if you can keep doing it and make money from it, why not? So just a little FYI. Mhm. Yeah, Jagash, you get a blue check mark. You got to buy it though, but if you get it, you can actually make money off your channel. So, and you don't even, I think you can actually start making money right away. Unlike YouTube, where you actually have to have a certain numbers and stuff like that. So just food for thought. Um, Perry says I wouldn't mind seeing Zeke and Jordan hit the sheets again. Yeah, that was definitely that was Skinemax right there. That was it was really funny. They showed it that episode, and then they showed it again the next episode, which I found really funny. I found really funny. I'm hoping that we're getting more joy, and I think the actress is getting better. Johnson says that Faith Roscoe is the mystery boss and she kidnapped both Carly and Nina to get at Sonny. Who do you think he was saved first? Carly? Carly? I mean, that's a good question, but yeah, in the chat, who do you think if if Faith Roscoe kidnapped both Carly and Nina, who do you think he would save first? Now, I feel like it's Carly, but let us know, chat. What do you think? And this is taking forever. Oh, God, I missed that. Ariana says the look on Jordan's face once she realized Zeke is, yeah. I mean, no reality. I mean, what is Portia really gonna sit there and say at this point? Let's stop and think about that. What could Portia possibly sit there and say? Hell, actually, tell you the truth, Portia should be happy. Portia should be happy. Harry says Carly. Then he would tell Nina she had to save Carly first for Donna's sake. Darby says Sonny doesn't kill women. Okay. Freddie says in yesterday's episode when Portia and Liz were going to the metro celebrating Liz being the head nurse, I must say Portia was rocking that outfit. She was beautiful always. Oh yeah, no, 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 yeah. Freddie, no, Portia's a dime. Portia's a when did Portia and Liz become best friends? When did that happen? I want to know when did that happen. When did that happen? Also, oh shit, just said damn, not you. Ignore me. Never, just never, never, never. My bad. Just say yeah. They showed it again. I was confused. Not complaining. I mean, listen. I'm all for love in the afternoon. You know, Jess, I would never ignore you. Not on purpose. So my bad. Um, I didn't understand that. And I'm honestly tell you, the truth, Jess. I'm glad I'm not the only person that thought that. Johnson says if he saved Carly first and Nina perishes, I can imagine Michael saying to Sonny, "You made." uh, I'm not gonna sit there and drink all of this or another full cup, but and this is taking forever. but my bad, Jess. All right, that's good. Half cup is fine. Mickey said Portia and Jordan have been close. Their kids are close. Have been through a lot together. Yeah, that's very true. Very true. Why is this taking? Okay. Laura B says I was confused also when Portia said Liz and her were best friends with her. I just yeah I didn't understand. I was like that literally makes no sense. Okay, cool. I guess you're just gonna take your sweet serious your sweet ass time. Ariana says they became best friends after Liz got a status in the parade. And also, Ariana, also the key to the city. She also got key to the city. Don't forget that. Hell, actually, tell you the truth, she may be president. She may be president of the United States of America for a week. Lashanta said, "I'm glad, but I know the kissing wasn't natural." Jesus. Okay. No. I'm good. Nikki Simon, Portia, and Elizabeth Odyssey, Jordan, I'm tired. Freddie said, yeah, Albert, Portia and Liz hardly be around each other except when they are working at the hospital, but Portia was still go. Oh, yeah, no, of course. Of course. You know my girl is pretty much a dime. Why is this taking? Okay. Lashanta says, everyone knows Portia's squirreling. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that. Andrea said, yeah, I didn't care about Anna stuff today. I didn't either. I didn't either. Ariana says, I keep forgetting they key. I think she's chief. Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing, Ariana. She'll also be the chief of police by next week. Because why not? Why not? You know, Jess, okay, if you're ever gonna let me get to it. No, you're not gonna let me get to it, are you? You're gonna, oh wow, okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't actually hear the squeaking. Yeah, it's real weird. Andrea said I cared about the I don't know what that means. CW says I was thinking how bittersweet it would be if the daytime Emmys went on as planned and Sonia Eddies won the Best Supporting Actress award. I don't. Somebody said that. Okay, somebody said that there was a temporary ceasefire. Is that true with the writers and the studios? Is there like a temporary ceasefire? I guess the studios got tired of being got tired of losing money at this point. Darby says when did we start giving Faith Roscoe such importance? When she was on the show, she was an insect, created only to annoy Sunny. Both Olivia and Ava Jerome were more important in the mob then. I will take your word for it because I remember it back then. And I granted I watched it back then. But you know what? I would sit there and say this much, Darby. Faith Roscoe was no pushover. She was not meant to be pushed around, and that's something I did respect out of. That's something I respected her. Joshua says Colin Summer marriage is pretty much over. I'm convinced. Oh yeah, Colin. Yo, listen, John. I mean, listen, Joshua. Their marriage was done the minute that Kyle brung Chance up to Phyllis Hotel. It was like, yo, here you go. You want to sit there and find her? There you go. She's right up there. Yo, when Kyle did that, I was like, yo, I was like, yo, are you serious? Oh, okay. I really got to go slow. Darby says if Days was still on NBC, the episode wouldn't have been on. Yes, that's very true, Jonathan. Because I saw it. I saw it on the app. And I was like, what? In my head, I was like, what the hell is this? Oh, Jonathan, CW, spawn of crap. It's going to absolute garbage. Um, Darby says, how can Jordan be both chief of police and mayor deputy of the town at the same time? Um, Plot, soap opera, no, soap opera plot. Make that very clear, soap opera plot. Oh, damn, I actually have a full cup. Yeah, I didn't actually plan on filling it that much. I'm actually have to pour some back. Nikisha, I wonder what scene they submitted for Sonya. I really want the actress that plays Sasha to get nominated at least. Really, I think she has won. Nikisha, and I would agree with that. I would agree with that because here's the thing. She has to sit there and play some really tough scenes. Um, the loss of a child and stuff like that. She was a new mom. So yes. Lashanta says she was scared of Jason. I remember when. Oh no! I remember when Jason had her duct taped to a chair when Rick was her silent partner. If this thing would literally. Okay, Darby says back to day Chanel is. No, Kyrie says back to day Chanel always has annoying. She literally gave me a. She did. I'm not gonna lie, Kyrie. She kind of did, and I say that. I say that because today she was just like. Don't get me wrong. I don't like Talia, right? But the minute that they saw each other in the elevator, Chanel was like, "Leave me alone." I'm like, "Boy, you do realize it's a big hospital, and she didn't come there specifically for you. So like, you need to sit there and calm down at this point." And Matalu was like, "Yo, listen, I apologize. I said sorry. There's nothing I can do at this point." Um, I was like, "No, you have every right to be upset." But now, here's the thing, Kyrie. Paulina was annoying as hell today. Oh my god, that one was annoying. Um, Kyrie, you thought that Chanel was annoying. I want to know what your opinion on Paulina. Just said, Albert, when are you going to start eating something other than? It's funny that you asked that. I was actually thinking about doing that. I want to kind of do it as a surprise, but well, I still it may be a surprise. Thank you for reminding me of that, though, Jess. I guess like what? Well, honestly, to tell you the truth, I would just have to sit there and find something else that's very easy and quick to make, which I do have an idea. So thank you, Jess. Move your. Oh my god, I don't understand why StreamYard is being so slow. Freddie says at this point, Ava's only option is that she should tell Sonny and tell him that this guy Mason is bad. She should. She should, and it's so annoying. Lashanta said Paula beyond 10. She's doing too much. Yeah, yeah. Latasha, between yesterday and today, this is the reason why I couldn't actually do a review on days because Paulina was annoying, Wendy was annoying, and Talia was annoying. Talia, Wendy is probably among. Well, no, Talia is actually the worst, but Wendy is actually probably the second worst. Um, okay, Wendy is actually the third worst. Toby says, I know this is mean to say, but something really bad has to happen with Laura out of town to get Laura fired as mayor because she's not there a lot. Yeah, Darby, it's really funny. Lashanta said, I don't feel bad for I don't either. And her scenes are annoying and just god awful. It's funny, Darby. When DC used to sit there and be a creator, he used to always sit there and say, I'm the Mayor Collins of soap operas because he's rarely there. He rarely does anything that's mayorish or whatever, or she does, and that's how DC felt. So it's actually funny that you bring that up. Curry says I couldn't watch it anymore past that 10-minute mark, and still can't believe three guys are fighting over that chick. At least Trip looked good with his shirt off. That's why I skip immediately. I Yeah, I don't really see a lot in Wendy. Now, if it was Jada, if it was Jada, then I would be like, all right, cool. Like, I mean, I can see dudes want to sit there and compete for her. I don't personally think anyone should be competing for anyone in this world. Just throwing it out there. But if you had to compete with someone, I would sit there and say, Jada. Wendy is annoying, and the fact that she actually took romantic advice from Lee Shen, out of all people, so stupid. Um, Lashanta said Trip's arrogant. Yeah, I don't understand what this new Trip is going on about. I don't get that. He's not there trashing Johnny, but then when Johnny gets there, Wendy's all pissed off. I was like, Wendy, why are you pissed off for? I'm like, Wendy, you're literally sitting there deciding to be with two men to see who's going to have the privilege of being with you, but you're all hung up on what Wendy. You're all hung up on the fact that he's with Chanel. Are you kidding me? Like, oh my god. Darby says, "Be careful, Robert. Sometimes you get Darby on the brain." Oh wait, ha. Did I actually say somebody's name wrong? I mean, did I actually say Darby? Did I call somebody else Darby? Okay. Um, did I actually call Kyrie's Darby? Because I know I was talking to Kyrie's, but did I call him Darby? Oh shit. Crystal says Ava didn't even tell Sunny that she clobbered Nicholas because he threatened Avery. So I don't think she would tell Sunny about Mason's threatening her, which is so stupid. But just on a side note, did I actually call Kyrie's Darby? If I did, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Um, yeah, I always thought this was a half a cup. Freddie says, I was surprised Maxie couldn't afford the nice mansion Lucy showed her on the laptop. After all those years, Maxie was doing fashion with Crimson, then was with Connie. Falconeri was the oh sh oh my god. But no, I mean, listen, the housing market is expensive, and I think Maxie was just being practical. Listen, three kids actually cost a lot of money, so I'm just not there saying like it costs a lot of money. Lashanta says why Sonny's so blind. It's annoying. Lashanta also said why Johnny chasing. Seriously, you really just okay? Why is Johnny chasing her? Because he's an idiot. That's why. Johnson says I watched Titan and Klaus. Yes, Joseph Morgan. Joseph Morgan is my guy. Like he said, but yeah, I am actually going to watch Titans this year though. Like he said, Maxie and kids should be getting Nate's pension. Yeah, but even with a pension, it's still a lot. And Kyrie's, I'm so sorry to actually called you Darby. You Darby says, "Don't worry, Albert. You didn't call Killer K Darby." Just no, I did that twice so far. Have a good night, Laura B. Thank you for joining. Let's everyone say good night to Laura B. Uh I just called one of my other rock stars, Darby. I'm so sorry, Kyrie's. If you do not hurry up, Justin says, I always imagine Joseph Morgan as the next Constantine. Hmm. The problem is, Jonathan, for me personally, I can only see Joseph Morgan as one person, and I know that's something that actors always worry about is being typecast. And I know he's going to do fine in Titans and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to that. But in all reality, uh, listen, Joseph Morgan is always going to be Klaus to me. There's always only going to be one Klaus, and it's going to be him. It's not going to be the Umbrellas Academy's version of Klaus. There's only one Klaus, and everyone else is I don't really know why the name Klaus and why is this thing taking so damn long? Um, Freddie said, "Yeah, Albert, I guess you're right, especially with three children. I mean, that it costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money. I mean, here's the thing, Freddie. It costs a lot of money for you to live by yourself. You got three kids, and even with the pension and her job, I can only imagine how expensive that city is. Oh my God, this is taking. Lashanta says, Freddie, no, Lashanta says Alexis was drunk. Tracy put her in the driver's seat and called 911. Yeah, Tracy is that type of person. Nikki says, it's okay, Bart. You do it all the time. I don't think most of us care. We understand. It's a lot of us. It's a lot of people to juggle in all of these people's opinions. I appreciate that, Nikisha. I do. I do. Thank you for understanding. And Kyrie said, couldn't have said it better myself. Fan favorite. Nikisha is the fan favorite. She is the queen. She is quote unquote the Beyonce of the group. But still, I guess seriously cannot believe. This again. This is the second time I've actually called somebody by somebody else's name. But Kyrie's. I appreciate your patience. There's a part of me that still does feel bad for Kyrie's as far as not as far as mispronouncing a name. Because sometimes I do think about that. Like when I used to mispronounce your name by accident, I still do generally feel bad about that. Because you've been such a really good friend as well as supporter. So thank you. And thank you, Nikisha, because, well, thank you for your understanding. Debbie says, I'll be wearing a paper bag just like Wendy should be on days. Talking about your doggy bag. Now, something, Jonathan? Jonathan says something that's actually really interesting. Jonathan says, I never found love triangles compelling. Yes, I never, see, Jonathan, this is why we get along. This is exactly why we get along. Because I feel the exact same way, but I also feel like it gives people too much power though. Cherie R is in the chat. The real Cherie is in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Cherie. Carice. Oh my God, Carice. I love you. Carice, thank you. Carice says, I would rather have Wendy fast food restaurant every day than that chick. Oh my God. I love it. I love it, Carice. I love it. Thank you. Yeah, see, that's my guy, Jonathan. Always on point. Thank you so much. Thank you, Carice. Carice, you are amazing. You are amazing. Arius is actually one of the few people I actually do talk to outside of YouTube. Anetta is in chat. What's good? I mean, what's good? Annette. What's good, Annette? Annette says, and we say in the South, Lord help. I don't know who that is. But Annette is in chat. What's good, Annette? And this is taking forever. Oh, you. um, have a good night, Freddie. Thank you for joining as always. It's always great to see you in the chat. Thank you for joining. Tracy says, "Where is Spaniel? Where is Spaniel? I don't know what that is. I feel like Vanessa did Josh make honor rolls?" Harry says, "What chapter are you on from the book?" I'm a little bit past chapter 4. I'm a little bit past chapter 4. I actually want to sit there and finish reading it. So I will sit there and here's the thing. I want to get done with the book by July. I want to get done with the book by July because I actually really do like it. It's really curious. It's actually the first book I actually genuinely do like. And I'm usually a graphic novel person, so it's actually pretty good. But I do want to actually I do want to get done by July 4th though. Well, I do want to get done by in July though. Oh, Spinelli. Oh, okay. Where's Spinelli? That's a damn good question. Anessa's doing good, burning honor here on the Gulf Coast. I was wondering what that was. Where is Spinelli? Harry says perfect in July we can do the collab. Yes. We'll be sitting there talking about your book. We'll be sitting there talking about some soaps. I actually tell you the truth, Kyrie, it actually be pretty good because I'm always want to sit there and talk about this book a little bit, but it's like I don't want to sit there and so we'll sit there and link up and we'll talk about it. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Kyrie's actually he has a book out and it's actually really good. And this is coming from a person who's not even a book person, and I can tell you right off the back, like this is actually a good book though. I feel like but you have a good night, Freddie. Thank you for joining. I kind of forgot what I was talking about. Okay, but yeah, just in general, I do think that the problem is I do feel like the fallout's going to be bad for Nina. I really do. But when Nina came back to town, I was kind of okay. So when Nina came back to town with Sunny, and everyone found out about what Nina did, I felt like it wasn't as bad as it should have been. I really don't. So I'm hoping that they don't drop the ball with Nina in this fallout, but I kind of feel like I kind of feel like they will. Wow, so we just not gonna highlight comments today? Hmm. Curry says Brian knows how to put it down on some love in the afternoon, bro. let me tell you something, Kyrie. That wasn't just love in the afternoon. That was um. Well, Kyrie, I'll sit there and say this much. This was. I'm so drunk right now. This was like a video that I normally watch. This wasn't even like Skinemax at this point. This wasn't even like Skinemax at this point. This was like, I'm not gonna sit there and say what I said in the live stream, but this, I would say that much. That's how I would sit there and describe that scene. Jesus Christ. Justice said next episode, Superman Lois. Really? Because Jonathan, I'm behind on like three. Um, I'm behind on 3 episodes, so I know he does come back at some point. Jonathan. Now, okay, so Jonathan, I gotta ask you a question. If you actually watched Supergirl, what if you did watch Supergirl? What did you think of that guy's version of Lex Luthor? Darby says it's Chance the only police detective. That's a damn good question. That is actually a damn good question. And this is taking forever. Lashanta says Mariah told Kyle I don't want my children around Summer. Yeah, I don't blame her though. Sherry says Nina didn't really get her comeuppance when she got back. She didn't. Tracy says, well, Chick-fil-A has better options. I'm pretty sure that wasn't Chick-fil-A, but no, seriously. If hmm. Johnson says John was good until they messed him up in season 6. Hmm. Interesting. She says you're drunk, call me. Oh, Sheree. Sheree, Sheree, Sheree. My darling. Carrie says, so let me say this Byron puts love in the afternoon. Okay, that's what we're calling it, Carries. That's what we're calling it. We're calling it, bro. You know damn well that Byron was doing more than love in the afternoon. Um, but you know what's funny, Jonathan? I actually did like John Cryer though. I actually did. Here, Jonathan. I would sit there and say this much. My only issue is that I felt like he overstayed his welcome because they weren't going to make Lena Luthor a villain, which they should have. So that's the thing that was actually disappointing. Um, and then they gave her magic, and I'm like you that could have worked so much better if they actually made her a villain and they actually did use magic. But they really didn't care about Supergirl like they did about Superman. Why is this taking so? Curie says, I'm not mad at Summer. Why aren't you not mad at Summer? Very curious about that. I'm not even going to sit there and try to debate that because I can understand why some people are mad at Summer, but Curie says Kyle shouldn't want Summer around Harrison. All right, so let me ask this question: did Summer legally adopt Harrison? Darby says, you mean Lex Luthor? He was great at first, but in the final episode, the writers gave John Cryer such a trash. I'm. I felt like he overstayed his welcome. That was my whole thing. I felt like he literally overstayed his welcome. Listen, to this day, I'm still pissed off about that because I'm like, they put so much work in Superman Lois, they couldn't do a fraction for Supergirl. That's why I have so much problems with Warner Brothers. I really do. Kyrie says no, she didn't legally adopt Harrison. Okay, well then that's totally different. And he can technically kick her to the curb and be like, "Yo, listen." All right, and that's a little bit different. Lashanta says Mariah's a hater and never liked Summer. Nobody is perfect. Look, everything she did. What did she do, Lashanta? I'm very curious. What did she do, Lashanta? Andrea says, "I hope it's true." I hope it's true also. I don't know what we're hoping is true, but um I'm just gonna go with it. Lashanta says his mom's in jail. She didn't sign her rights over. Hmm. Yeah, and like Kyrie said, that she doesn't, he didn't actually really adopt her. And that says, when will Harrison see his real mom? Hmm, real mom? You mean bio mom? I'm gonna sit there and say bio mom. I'm gonna sit there and say that much. But I know what you're saying, and that Justice says I look forward to seeing what Michael. I am too. I'll be wrong, Jonathan. I'll put it this way: when Lex Luthor first came into the episode, like into the show, I really did like him. But to be fair, that whole season for Supergirl was actually good. Um, for Supergirl standards, I would sit there and say it was actually good. And then there was an episode. It wasn't him, but it was somebody else that was actually good. That season was good. Let's put it that way. And I really didn't. Seriously, I'm literally trying to think. I felt like they could have did so much more with that show, and they didn't want to, because that's Warner Brothers for you. And Darby says I like the mother-son relationship between Lex and his mother on the show. I actually did too. It's actually funny. Darby, wasn't she in the original Christopher Reeve Superman? She was also on Seinfeld. I remember that much. And that says I don't believe Harrison belongs to Kyle. Why did you say that, Annette? Let's not just say nobody's perfect. She can't judge her. Okay, somebody gotta sit there and tell me. Okay, I gotta sit there and look up Mariah's list of crimes. Mariah was flirting with her current wife while she was seriously. Okay, Gemini says Mariah was flirting with her current wife while she was in a relationship with Noah, her brother. Whoa, are you serious, Gemini? Kyle took the DNA test. Boy is his kid. No, Gemini. What I want to understand is, what do you mean she flirted with Noah? Did she not know that was her brother at the time? I really want to know. If you do not move your how much? Okay, I'm almost done. God damn it. Okay. CW says she made Sharon think she was going crazy, thinking she was with Cassie. I think Victor hired Mariah to do that because she really hated Sharon at the time. Yeah. That was really funny, CW and everyone. Whenever I'm watching the show and people tell me about Victor, it's like just when you don't think they can actually be any worse. Don't get me wrong, I like Victor. I don't know why I like Victor, but I do actually like Victor. And that says I bet the woman doing the DNA the DNA test was paid off. And Gemini says Noah and Tess was in a relationship. When Mariah started to like Tess, Mariah took Tess from Noah. Wow. Damn, it seemed like I missed out on some really good story, Gemini. So that's the one thing that always usually bothers me sometimes. When I'm watching these shows like Days and YNR and B&B, and people always tell me like, man, you really missed out on the best part of these shows. I'm like, I believe you. Because I look at GH, it was some amazing stories back then. And they're not there now. And that sucks. Hmm. I think I actually drank more than I probably should have. Gemini says no one test was in a relationship. Okay, I read that. You have a good night, Kyrie's. Thank you for joining. It was really great. Yes, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Let's everyone say good night to Kyrie's. And have a good night, Kyrie's. Thank you for joining as always. It's always a pleasure to see you in the chat. Cherie says Summer supported Kyle in forgiving Diane, so maybe during this hard time, Kyle could overlook Summer's choice to protect Phyllis. To some extent, I agree with what you're saying, but I also look at it. His mom was actually going to jail, right? So I understand this anger that he has for Summer. I don't agree. I'm going to be honest. I don't agree that he should have actually told where Phyllis was to Chance. I felt like that might actually been doing a little bit too much. Trisha says, I don't know what we're hoping is true. I can't. Jimena says, Albert, some of the things Victor has done is vile as F. That is why when Nick, Nikki, and Victor are judging Adam, I'm like, really? Damn. See, and you know, Jonathan, you know, Gemini, and that's the thing. Um, because I don't know that much about um YNR. And so it's Gemini, it's comments like that that's very helpful for me when I'm doing my reviews. This is why I always sit this is one of the main reasons for why I always sit there and say come to the live streams. Because that actually really does help me, Gemini. Um like I learned a lot about Nick that I didn't know. And I know that Victor has done his share of just awful things. So that really does help me out. And that says the woman who did Harrison DNA test went up stairs. Kyle stayed down on the couch. He wasn't there when the test was done. Okay. So there's still room to sit there and do a whole switcheroo, is what you're saying in that. Now CW says Noah and Tess were in a relationship and Mariah was in a relationship with Devon. Really? When she and Tess started fooling around. She was in a relationship with Devon? Damn. The hell was that about? How part of me is just like, yo, how old was Mariah when that happened? Gemini says Kyle is a hypocrite. His mother lied to him for 20 years, and Harrison lied to him, and Harrison mom lied to him about her. Harrison and forgave Summer should not be a challenge. Hmm. Yeah, I appreciate people saying this because I'm still new to Y and R. If you do not move your Gemini says the money that Victor offers Sally, he also did it to Sharon and Phyllis, and he told Adam to let Nick keep Christian. Christian is Adam, but oh yeah, no, I know about that. I know about that, Gemini. I don't understand why he's not fighting for custody. Like I really don't get that. And that says yes, Tara was upstairs during the test. I believe it was a setup. Darby says it does go under for better or worse. Okay, I might have missed a comment. Latasha said okay. Um, no, because I do have to wake up early in the morning. By early, I mean 4 o'clock in the morning, which I generally hate. I'm gonna sit there and end the stream right now. But I do want to thank everyone for joining. Oh my god, I want to thank everyone for joining. This was so much fun. This is listen, I was off all day. And I generally did have a good day. But as always, this is literally my favorite part of the day. And that's why I'm so glad that people come in to talk about Y&R and B&B and days and stuff like that. Because I love General Hospital. But I love to sit there and talk about some other stuff as well. Um, so I always encourage other people that are fans of different shows to come through and, you know, chop it up. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. Have a good night, Latasha. Me and Lashanta, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, Lashanta. Thank you for joining, Latasha. Have a good night, Gemini. Have a good night, Nikisha. Have a good night, Cherie. Cherie, it has the members. That's what's up. Listen, we're at 45. I want to try to get to 50 by the end of the month. And I think we can do it. I really think we can do it. So if I'm promoting more than normal, try not to be annoyed by that. But have a good night, Jess. Jess, thank you for joining. Jesse, Jess. Have a good night, Annette. Thank you for joining. This is taking forever. I think it's August by now. Now, Cherie said, thank you everyone for your time and conversation and care. Cherie, the real Cherie, is always a pleasure to see you in the chat. Darby says, I bet as soon as that if Nick gets into a coma or dies, Adam will get Christian back. Believe that. But what and it's sad though because it actually has to come down to that, like the dude literally being in a coma. Johnson says Adam tried to get custody of Christian when he came back town 4 years ago, but he decided to step back, so the custody battle didn't have a negative impact on. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. It just I guess it kind of sucks though, but as a father, you got to sit there and do what's best for your child. So have a good night, Darby. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Cherie. The real Cherie. Have a good night, Andrea. Thank you for joining, Andrea. And why is this? And Johnson says, join us for another edition of Soul Child with Albert Bostic. Yes, thank you, Jonathan, my rock star. Um, have a good night, Nikisha. Have a good night, Blackmon. Um, have a good night, Ann Pop. Trying to think of who else was in the chat. Have a good night, Freddie. Have a good night, Ariana. Have a good night, Ariana. I feel like I'm missing some people. I really do. But you know who you are. I love you all. I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We're going to be sitting going in on these characters, these storylines. We're going to have a great time. So grab some snacks, grab whatever you need to grab, sit there and chill out. We're going to sit there and make this a banger Friday. So thank you, everyone. And yeah, see y'all tomorrow. Laters.